All right, good morning. It's KE, the voice of reason here with another video. Um, so this video is titled "The 5 Things About Success My Pastor Never Told Me." Now, I use the word pastor, but you can really replace it with my father or my mother or my mentor or whoever. But these are the 5 things about success my pastor never told me. And this video is really about demystifying, the idea of success, because I know that a lot of people do so many things because they want to be successful, but they are not sure what really works. So this is the personal experience that I have gained over time that I want to share with people. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, first of all, why this topic? I've chosen this topic because there is a lot of confusion about success, and a lot of people fall victim to so many institutions, especially religion, because they are trying to achieve success and they don't know the way to go about it. So that's why I'm creating this video. So the first thing that I would say is that success is determined by 5 main elements. Okay, I call this the GREEP theory, right? GREEP. The first one is your genetics. The genes that your parents passed on to you is going to determine how successful you are. Two is your relationships. The people you're born to, the family in which you're raised, the friends that you make, the mentors that you choose. These things are going to affect how successful you're going to be. Your education. The quality of your education, the type of education, and the relevancy of your education. This is going to determine how successful you're going to be. Your environment. The type of environment you're born into is going to determine how successful you're going to be. And the last one is probability. Some people call it chance, some people call it fortune, some people call it luck. This is also one of the very important factors that is going to determine how successful you're going to be. So we'll get into each of these and try and explain a bit more. Right, genetics. So your mom passed on half of her genes to you, and your dad also did the same to create who you are. Now, how tall you are, the color of your eye, how beautiful or handsome you are, how intelligent you are, all these things are hardwired in your DNA. Okay, so like I said, who you're born to, your mental ability, your physical ability, your emotional intelligence, all these things are in your genes. Okay, but it does not mean that if some of these things are not perfect, you still can work on them. Okay, so we'll go into the other factors and you understand that genetics is sort of the foundation. Yeah, but you can train yourself to overcome some of these things, but you have to also just be realistic and understand that you have limitations, right? If you're going up in a race against Usain Bolt, you should understand that his genetics put him favorably above you, and you may be killing yourself, and you still not be able to beat him because his genetics are superior to yours, and that's just what it is. Relationships, right? This is the second finger of success, and so this is constitute whom you know. As we all know that if you know the right people, it's very easy to be successful in this life. The right people could be the family, could be from the family into which you're born. Like if you're Donald Trump and you're born to a millionaire dad, then it's going to be easy for you to be successful. Then if you have the right mentors who can open the right doors for you, you're going to be successful. If you have the right friends that you can call to loan you $2 million or £2 million or whatever, then you can start a business that could easily be successful, right? And who your business connections are, which is pretty much the friends you have in the business world. If you start working, you quickly realize that your relationships are very important to how successful you're going to be. So you have to make sure that you form the right relationships and you cultivate them, because they're going to come in very successful, very important when the time comes, right? Then your education. So which educational institution you attended, right? Someone who's gone to a Harvard or a Yale cannot be compared to someone who's gone to some unknown university somewhere in, I don't want to mention any continent or any country, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Some universities are top universities for a reason, because they have the best professors, the people who are actually at the forefront of technology, who are teaching you, personally. So if you look at all through history, you see that most of the great scientists are connected to other great scientists, because you know you're being programmed, and whoever doing the programming is also very important, right? And then in this age of internet, even if you don't attend the right institution, you can do what I call personal education, where you can buy the right books, you can go onto the internet and find the right resources, and all these things can help you gain the same level of education and understanding that someone in a Harvard or a Yale has got. So you have to take your personal education very seriously. And then how relevant your education is, right? So if you're in Ghana and you're trying to be successful and you are studying ancient Greek philosophy, well, I'm not going to say you're not going to be successful, but you know that the chances of you being very successful is very limited, because your education is probably not that relevant to your environment. So that's something to think about. Okay, so this is related to the other point that I made, your environment. We know that those who have won the Nobel Prize for science probably come from America and Europe, maybe Australia. Um, we've never seen a black African win a Nobel Prize for science. Well, I could be corrected, but even if there's been any, there are not that many. So, and that shows you that the environment that we are growing up in is probably not conducive for certain things, right? So, the environment that you find yourself in is very, very, very important to your success. Like if you look at our footballers, we look at those who were able to travel abroad and improve their skills and be in the right environment. We see how their careers turned out, and we look at those who never traveled. We see how their careers turned out. So you can tell that environment is very important for how successful you're going to be. The last of these factors is probability, and this is the most tricky one, because you can get everything right and still not be successful because of probability, right? Some people call it luck. You could be at the right place at the right time, and maybe you applied for a job, they happen to be looking for you or for someone at the right time. You got into the job, your boss resigned, they promoted you, boom, you're now some successful person, right? These things can happen, and most times it's beyond your control, right? And it's often confused with superstition and religion, because people try to control everything, and but some things cannot be controlled, it just happens, right? But what I'll say is that it can be improved, right? Your rate of success can be improved if you increase the effort that you put into anything you do. So probability, let's say you're looking for a job, you write 5 applications, right? Someone who's written 120 applications is probably going to be more successful than you, because he has increased the probability of his success, right? He's written more applications, so this maybe 2 or 3 will call him for an interview, and maybe one of them will hire him. If you just wrote 5 applications, maybe none of them is hiring at the time, right? So you can improve that by putting in a bit more effort. So this was just a quick video to try and kind of share my experiences on what I think are the main ingredients for success, so that you don't get it confused and you don't let anyone sort of confuse you about the things that you need to do. Bring this money here, sow this seed here, do this. Those are not the things that are going to make you successful. Yeah, so if you have any comments, I would like to hear what you think. If you have anything to share, just put in the comment section, and get in touch. Send us direct messages and we'll respond to them, and we can all learn together. If you like our videos, I will encourage you to share them or subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.